Is outdoor parkour training better? Let's talk about something that's become a bit of a blind spot in some parkour communities, where we train and why it matters more than people want to admit.
Most beginners are drawn to padded gyms. It makes sense on the surface, they feel safer and more controlled. Almost every parkour class is gym-based these days, and it's easy to assume that if everyone is doing it, it must be the best way. But here's where we need to pause.
Because when you strip away the bandwagon logic, the popularity, the trends, the comfort, and look at what parkour is really about, it becomes clear. If you want the real benefits, the real growth, and the real experience, training outdoors isn't just better, it's essential.
Let's break it down clearly and without the fluff. The comfort trap: why safe doesn't always mean smart. Padded environments lower your fear response, which feels good at first. But that safe feeling can be deceptive. It doesn't necessarily make you move better, it just makes you feel braver than you actually are. That's dangerous. When you land on soft mats, your brain and body aren't being pushed to adapt. The ground absorbs the mistakes for you. Your proprioception, your awareness of body position, stays underdeveloped. Your judgment gets lazy. You subconsciously train yourself to move without real consequence, and that kills your long-term progress, and ironically, your actual safety. Outdoors, every step counts. Your landings have to be precise. You develop real sensitivity to terrain, timing, force, and risk. That's how you build a nervous system that's sharp, not dulled by forgiving floors. Even if you're just doing it for fun, outside still wins. You don't need to be training for competitions or high-level challenges to benefit from outdoor training. Even recreational, relaxed practice is richer outside. Why? Because being outdoors naturally raises your awareness. You're more careful, more observant, more engaged. And that subtle attentiveness, even when you're just having fun, rewires your brain and body in ways that are far more beneficial than any padded repetition. When you practice outside in hard environments, your environment is teaching you, shaping your reflexes, and deepening your intuition. You walk away not just entertained, but better. The gym isn't evil, but it's often a shortcut for mass appeal. Let's be real. Most parkour classes happen indoors not because it's the most effective way to train, but because it's the easiest way to market. It feels less intimidating to new customers. Some see it as that it's easier to regulate and structure. It taps into what people already believe, that soft equals safe. It's not about effectiveness. It's about appealing to the general consensus, making the activity palatable to a wider audience, even if that means watering it down. That's not always bad, perhaps for initial outreach to gain some interests, but we should be honest about what it is. If the environment is built more to please than to challenge, then we're no longer training parkour as a discipline. We're training a sanitized imitation, a gymnastic product with some cool names attached. Soft surfaces create soft minds, and bodies. Here's the paradox: a lot of people say they want to be tough, skilled, resilient, but they gravitate toward comfort and softness while convincing themselves they're doing hard training. That's self-deception. Hard, uneven, unpredictable environments forge sharpness, physically and mentally. When you train outside, your mind becomes more aware, decisive, and emotionally composed. Your body becomes more impact-tolerant, grounded, and resilient. Your judgment improves, because you have to think clearly under pressure. And you don't need to be doing rooftop leaps to develop this. Even simple vaults, step-throughs, and landings outdoors engage your full system more honestly than a dozen soft repetitions inside. This is what parkour was always meant to do: sharpen you. Not just your moves, you. Redefining safety: it's not what you think. The dominant assumption is that training outdoors is more dangerous. But danger isn't just about terrain, it's about how you move, think, and react. Padded environments make you feel brave before you've earned it. That's a false confidence. And false confidence is what causes real injury when people finally try to take their gym skills to real terrain. Outdoor training, when approached humbly and gradually, teaches you to respect limits, read risk, and move with clarity. That makes you safer in the real world, not just in theory, but in practice. So if safety is the goal, the solution isn't softer surfaces, it's smarter training. And the real world forces you to be smart. So if you're serious about true parkour, even casually, train outside and only use the gym as supplementary. At some point, the question isn't whether gyms are evil or mats are bad. It's about what you're training for. Do you want to move like the environment doesn't matter, or move because you understand it deeply? Do you want comfort, or do you want capability? Because parkour, at its core, is about confronting reality with skill. If your training environment removes that reality, then no matter how many jumps you land, you're missing the point. Outdoors isn't just the proving ground, it's the training ground. It teaches you things padded blocks never can. So use the gym if it helps you get started, but don't lie to yourself. If you want the real benefits of parkour, sharper reflexes, smarter movement, stronger body, calmer mind, then train outside. That's where parkour lives.